Hello everyone, thanks again for joining me at my channel and video once again. So I have with me here the Anakin Skywalker figure from the Star Wars Revenge of the Sith movie, and this is my review video of this figure. Now I mean, what I want to say is that this figure is really good. First impression is good, while handling the figure as well generally gives a good feeling, and the head sculpt is very resembling of the original actor and character. So if you ask me, right, this is definitely a must get. But I think unfortunately this figure has been released at least 2 years or more ago, so it's quite an old figure considered, with all things considered I mean. And I actually got this on eBay because it wasn't available locally, and I had to spend quite an amount on this figure. I mean, comparing it to when it was released during its pre-order price. So I think its current retail price is is even more expensive than the retail price, and its current selling price is definitely increasing and higher as this figure gets rarer and older by the day. And I'm just glad that I'm able to get this figure at still such a brand new mint in box. I would say it's a mint in box rather than a mint in sealed box condition. So it's a MIB rather than an MISB condition. And yes, really grateful that I can still get it at such brand new one, even it has been released for at least more than 2 years ago. Now, on to the figure specifically. Now, maybe let's look at the accessories, right? So it comes with these 3 gloved hands. This is actually for the right hand. So if you don't already know, so Anakin Skywalker's right hand was actually cut off earlier by Count Dooku in Star Wars Episode 2, Attack of the Clones. So this is the ungloved version, or this is the gloved version. So these are the hands here, 3 for the right hand and 4 for the left hand. So of course his left hand is still there, it's not chopped off. Right, over here, and then you might be thinking, right, okay, this is the prosthetic arm, or the one that is not covered up. So this is the one that is revealed or exposed. Then what is this hand for? Now actually, right, you can take out this lightsaber blade. Let me show it to everyone. You can actually take this out and insert it here. So I think Hot Toys has generously or kindly given us the option to insert the batteries here, and for this lightsaber to actually light up, has a better effect, it's light up effect. But you see here, that's the problem, you have to actually detach the arm. So it's actually quite difficult to detach the arm here, even when stated in the instruction manual. So you actually have to detach this whole arm. You actually have to remove this arm first. So this is actually removable. This lightsaber is removable, yeah. And you need to remove this hand or this wrist with this outer covering, and need to remove the arm. So it's the joint is somewhere here, and it's not easy to take out. So that's for the light up hand, or light up lightsaber for that matter. There you go, in case you were wondering. So please do not detach this lightsaber. I nearly did it myself. It's stuck here. It comes together, that's why it's able to light up. So if you attempt to plug this out, I think you will damage or destroy this part of the figure. So let me put this back. Now since we are at the lightsaber, right, I can tell you that this lightsaber is really of quite good quality. I mean, it's definitely not die cast or metallic, but it's plastic. The lightsaber part and I mean the handle part, including the lightsaber part, is plastic. So over here we have the other lightsaber. So we all know that in the movie, right, of Revenge of the Sith, he actually wielded both. Obi-Wan Kenobi was actually knocked out at a corner, so he was left battling Count Dooku alone. So that was when the Emperor was able to try to bring him closer to the dark side. So he took over Count Dooku's lightsaber and eventually beheaded him. So that brought him closer to the dark side. So there's two lightsabers here. Now I don't think this can light up because I've looked at the instruction manual. So I think it's very strange at this point in time because for example, right, if this lightsaber was able to light up when you fix it in, and this wasn't able to light up, so it will be a bit weird. Only the blue one is able to light up. Yeah. Now moving along, right, actually if you take a look here, so there's this piece here on the lightsaber here, this round thing. Let me bring it to focus. And over here, so you're able actually to, okay, sorry, what I'm trying to say is these parts are actually attached to the lightsaber so that you can hang it over here. You can actually hang it on Anakin Skywalker's belt or waist pouch for that matter, over here like this. Right, but you need to attach this part to it. So I finally figured out what this extra part or what this accessory is about. So now moving along to the main figure, right, especially the clothing. Now when I was feeling this part, right, or the outer coat or the cloak or outer piece or outerwear for that matter, okay, it really feels good quality. I think it really feels like even like silk. So the quality of this cloth is really good. Yep. And then over here, right, look at the waist pouch, or the waist or the belts. It's really detailed. So I think it's really screen accurate. So I think I really like this figure a lot for its details. I mean, Hot Toys has always been known for their details. And then I was very worried because, right, I bought this quite some time ago and I really wanted to unbox this. And because I knew that there will be parts of the accessory that's made of pleather. If you don't already know what's pleather, it's a material made of plastic and leather, combination of both. And there's this tendency for the older figures, for the older figures with such materials to flake. So it will be very ugly, or the figure would be completely rendered completely useless or ugly to even display. So but I think this material still feels good. So I think it's always good to expose the leather or the pleather for that matter to air it, to display it rather than keep it in a box, because I know that if you keep it in a box for too long, MISB, especially for old figures that was released or produced many years ago, there's this tendency for it to flake even in a box, even if it is MISB or mint in sealed box condition. So there you have it. Cloth here, I think quite a few layers here. I won't be attempting to remove them. I think I'm pretty much happy with it, rather than disassembling it or taking it apart. So more pleather parts here. like this cloth too, pants. So you're actually able to hood up the figure. Okay, of course you need to really neaten it up yourself, put it in a place or position that which you would like. So now onto the boots now. I think it's definitely screen accurate. I'm not sure what I'm feeling here, but I think it's a combination of leather and cloth. So as usual, great details there in the boots as well. The sole here. Hot Toys 2018. Oh, so I think it's released in 2018, but it felt like 2 years ago. So maybe it was the beginning of last year it was released. So I can't exactly remember, but I know this figure is at least 1 to 2 years old already. So on to the head sculpt, right? So I think I mentioned earlier, this is really Hayden Christensen. So this is sculpted hair. I think it's really good. Look at the details there. I mean, I haven't unboxed or played around with or displayed the dark side Anakin yet. Definitely looking forward to do it after looking at this figure. So there you have it, the scar is sustained along the way. I think it was along the way during the Clone Wars, or was it during the Attack of the Clones era or time. Okay, last but not least, or maybe last but least to me, the batteries and the extra hand packs here. So I think one for each. This is the right hand one, this is the left hand one. Yeah. Now and on to the figure stand or display stand. Now I don't really like this because this parts, right, keeps moving. It's not firmly in place even after you insert in the stand or the holding piece or the groin gravel stand for that matter. So it keeps moving out of place. So a bit of a minus point there. Otherwise, it's beautiful Star Wars Anakin Skywalker. Not too big, not too small. I think it's just the right size. Of course, as mentioned earlier, just that this piece keeps moving in and out of place. So there you have it, everyone. The Anakin Skywalker figure from Star Wars Revenge of the Sith movie in front of us, in front of everyone. So maybe just one more point to add here before I sign off. Actually, this overall, right, or this coat or this outer piece here is actually very loose. I think it's a good thing as well. It's pretty screen accurate and it allows us collectors to actually slot in this easily. I mean, for those who are experienced collectors, putting on the clothing for the figures, right, it's always difficult to put them on because it's like pretty tight most of the time. Of course, when we wear our clothes, it's tight as well. It's tight fitting, or it's comfortably tight. So same for the toys, but this is exceptionally loose. So I think this is quite easy to put on, including the cloak. Sorry, including the hood, which is part of the cloak as well. So this is very loose and easy to put in place. So I mean, this could be a good thing or a bad thing, depending on how you see it. It's easy to put on, but it may be a bit too loose. So I mean, everyone knows, right? Anakin Skywalker moves on to become Darth Vader. No spoilers there. Sorry, a bit of a phobia there to spoil the movie Avengers Endgame for everyone, because I think people are really afraid for the movie to be spoiled. For them, it's like a once in a lifetime once in a generation kind of a movie experience. So my point is that since he moves on to being Darth Vader, so this is definitely a very core character or integral character to the Star Wars story, whether it's the sequel or prequel, or in the add-on stories. So I think it's definitely a must get if you ask me. So this is my review for this Anakin Skywalker figure. Go get it if you can. I think it's really a must-have for all Star Wars collectors or even Hot Toys collectors. Especially also that Hot Toys seem to have been releasing more Star Wars figures, as they were waiting to release their Avengers Endgame figure like Clone Commander Cody and Qui-Gon Jinn recently. So I really hope that Hot Toys will release more such Star Wars figures, and I'm just glad I'm able to add this figure to my upcoming entire collection of Star Wars figures. So I'm just waiting for the Qui-Gon Jinn figure or even the Obi-Wan Kenobi figure to arrive soon, so that I can display beside them. I think it will definitely look very good. The entire Star Wars collection put together, and the entire Star Wars Hot Toys collection. So that's all from me now. I think I've been talking for a long while. Thanks a lot for watching, everyone, and as usual, don't stop collecting. Goodbye.